Hey everybody, welcome back to Donkey Kong Land. In this part we're going to take on World 2. I gotta love that there's a row of arrows at the start of this stage that are set up in that are set up to look like an arrow to point you in the direction they want you to go. But it's a platform where you always go right. Well, like 97% of the time. So unlike in Country, where our first stage in the second world was a mine shaft of sorts, now instead we're in a temple. And the consistency of the first three stages in this world is really cool, unlike in the first world, because more often than not, these stages are random. Let's discuss the Donkey Kong family for a second, or for a bit. I've probably touched on this in various other times, like in Country. But so Donkey Kong is Donkey Kong the Third. And please, for all you viewers, don't bring up the Mario movie, because that's a different continuity. Or Donkey Kong 64 with that typo where Cranky Kong calls DK his son. Until Nintendo actually changes the lore in the games, yeah, he's actually his grandson. And that's gonna be hard to do because he calls him his grandson, I believe, in Country. Anyway, Donkey Kong is Donkey Kong the Third. His father is Donkey Kong Jr. Also, that was a happy accident there. Getting into that bonus room, I didn't know that was there. He's Donkey Kong the Third. I don't know what actually what makes what a Kong a Donkey Kong, considering Cranky Kong is the original Donkey Kong, and now he goes by Donkey Kong. No, yeah, he's the original Donkey Kong, and now he goes by Donkey Kong. Okay. He's the original, and now he goes by Cranky Kong. So it's like they changed their names in accordance to what they do, sort of. What was his wife's name back in the day before she got older, or was she always Wrinkly Kong? Anyway. With that being said, and Diddy Kong here is his nephew and best friend, so Donkey Kong has a brother. Why weren't any of them Donkey Kong? But anyway, it's also interesting that he's his nephew, considering he's of a different species. Mind you, you could also run the idea that maybe he was adopted by Donkey Kong's brother. I just thought of that thought just now. And Dixie Kong is Diddy Kong's cousin, and his girlfriend, which was pretty much the norm back in medieval times. So maybe that's how the Kongs run with that, but that's okay. No judgment here. But also, considering what I suggested about Diddy Kong, maybe that would help explain why there's no familial relation between Dixie and Donkey Kong. And sometimes talking about family trees can really make one's eyes go cross, huh? Because then you have Dixie, who has a sister named Tiny. She's the younger sister. Tiny, I mean. And then they have cousins in Kiddy Kong and Chunky Kong. And then there's Lanky Kong, who's like a distant cousin of theirs. I'd just say because he's an orangutan, and the enemy Kongs called Manky Kong are orangutans. I just ran with the idea that he was that he defected from the Manky Kongs. Then you have Funky Kong, who's like not only a surfer, but a weapon expert and a mechanic. Also, we don't know his origins, because there are theories that he or Swanky Kong are his brothers, or Donkey Kong's. One of them is Donkey Kong's brother, ergo Diddy Kong's father. But I don't know. So I also read somewhere, and I have to confirm this, but apparently Funky Kong used to have a tail, but he lost it in the Kremlin War or something, which was an event that takes place before the country games, but sometime after the original Donkey Kong games. It's kind of interesting that that Nintendo franchises are made for like families and children, but their lore can be quite dark. Like, look at the Kirby franchise. Also, the fact that one of the Kong members is for sure dead and is just and is now a ghost. That being said, I would like to see a game where Donkey Kong Jr. actually returns as an adult. So, like I mentioned in the previous part, it was theorized that he was this Kong that was going to be in this game called Fedora Kong. Well, that fans call him, because he wears a fedora. But his body type is similar to that of Donkey Kong Jr. So I don't know. My point is that I'd like to see a game where Junior returns and maybe has a new name, and then you have 3 generations of Donkey Kong teaming up for something. But I'd also welcome the idea of a new Donkey Kong game where you can regardless of plot, you can play as multiple Kongs and not just be forced to just play as Donkey Kong like you do in Country Returns and Tropical Freeze. Don't get me wrong, those games are good. And also Tornado Tires. So this stage is fun because not only do we have those tornado tires that I mentioned, but we also have snake baskets. And there's no one playing the instrument let's try that again. And there's no one playing the instrument to summon them. They just shoot out like a cannon. My knowledge on instruments is unfortunately not the best, so yeah, I'll have to look that up later on my own time, unless one of you wants to let me know down in the comments. I like how in this game, the Zinger sprites, while like they look like they just got really condensed, not just downgraded to 8-bit, they actually look like they're ready to sting you, rather than, just kind of flying there. Also, I like how these snake baskets can summon infinity slippas. So I guess they're called a slipper basket in this game. I am kidding. Also, I swear, sometimes the controls are just not responsive. Yes, yeah, blame the controller. It just seems to be more apparent in some of these stages where I just casually walk off the cliff. Yes, I will 100% own up to when it's a mistake on my part. Like if I just was, if I fall off a cliff and did not jump or anything, and I know it was my fault because I just forgot to press the button, but no, when I was recording this, Diddy would just walk off. And it's like, oh, come on. We spelled kunj. Also, who keeps throwing these baskets? So as you saw, we picked up our second bomb. From my knowledge, there's 3 in the game, and they always appear at the end of the stage. It's for that, it was for that pile of rocks that was just south of the stage we were just in. And in this stage, we'll be getting another. Because I think what they wanted us to do, I don't know why, it doesn't make sense. What they wanted us to do is to probably go back to World 1 to blow down another wall. Like the other one. But I've already beaten all the stages there. In this... And then maybe, okay, you might be thinking that maybe you need both bombs to bomb the path south of the previous stage. No, because when I beat this game the first time, before recording this, I had gone and blown that wall up when I got that initial bomb. And then I did the following stage, and then I came back to do this stage. So I don't know, maybe it's just a weird design choice from the developers. Does anyone know down in the comments if you've played this game and Donkey Kong Country? Is it just me, or does the swimming controls in this game seem better than in Country? I only ask because I swear they seem better, especially when you're making your character go down. Now we have another swimming level. And we're being chased by a Nautilus. Or Lisker. Yeah, you know what I mean. A Nautilus. Think of this kind of like the very easy version of that one stage in Country where you're being chased by the Croctopus. I say that as I get hit and died. Bravo, past me, bravo. You just made present-day me look bad. And nice, that Clambo just slapped us. He's like, I'm gonna get you! You get back here, you damn monkey! Even if I do save scumming cuts, and I have and I still have another Kong, bear in mind I will count it as a death. So, if you're doing a count, like I brought up in the previous part, of how many times I died, please include those. Also, I will not be doing save scumming when I do Donkey Kong's Land 2 and 3. Just for this game, because I know it's more of a pain in the ass for the other two. And on top of, like, the only way I will is if something is just, for some reason, way too complicated, and we just need to get through it so we can move on. So hopefully that will not be the case. I may be very good at platformer games, but I've never played Donkey Kong Land 2, and I've only played a bit of Donkey Kong Land 3. I do know they are both, like, demakes of Countries 2 and 3, so there's that. So we shall see. Also make a point of probably practicing on them on specific stages and possibly boss fights. Specifically the K-Rool fights. Because the K-Rool fights in every game always have to take a million years. Except for maybe King K-Rool in Country. Get away from me, chumps, Junior. Look, it's the tire tornado again. Hey, just guide them away from you. They can be annoying, but at the same time, they're not annoying. When you're trying to grab stuff, yeah, they can be a nuisance. Aw. Go away, you, Armo. I think that's what you're called. Whoa, that was close. Aw. It can't get enough air from the tornado tire. Get away from me, Zinger! Aw. And wait, no, I already got past the Zinger. What the hell am I saying? Get away from me, you tornado tire! Ugh. So if we just let the other one off a cliff, because I wasn't chancing trying to jump on it. If needed, just take this game slowly. So there are 100% absolutely times where that won't do. That was close. Woot! We got all the letters, everybody! Now we can save, even though that doesn't really matter, because we're on the Switch and we can use save states. Boss fight! This boss is easy, just like, yeah. You just fly to each shell and the Clambo boss will shoot its pearls at you, and then they'll be deflected back. He does get a little faster, not by much. Yeah, there's not much I can really say about this fight. And this should be the end of it. Yep. So, but Donkey gets these bananas, I will see you all in the next part. Until then, take care.